It's the lunchtime video. It's John Gibbons and Gareth Roberts and his brew. They're not on sale anymore, mate. They've sold out.
I know.
Limited edition.
Limited edition, they've gone. If you've got one, keep hold of it. Don't let your other half smash it, like Kelly did with my beloved Liverpool Everton mug that I've had since 1986. Don't let them do that.
Because you know you've had it, or you might make some more eventually, but there's none at the moment. Liverpool news. Well, I've noticed that what people are talking about mostly today on Twitter and various forums is the fact that it's 1 year since Brendan Rodgers was sacked, so I thought we could talk a little bit about that, because it wouldn't like me to touch on it in a show really, but a year today since Brendan went, and it feels like absolutely ages ago.
It does feel like an awful long time ago, doesn't it? I mean, I was thinking about it this morning actually when I realised myself that it was the year, and I reposted Neil's article from
I read that this morning again. It's very good still. It was very good at the time, to be fair to Neil.
Yeah, he put a lot of effort into that, and it went really well.
But it's still a really good read, and so do have a look. I know it's on our Twitter, isn't it? And the Echo have posted it today, which is nice of them as well. So do have a look. It still reads well.
It was Everton, wasn't it? The game when he went, and I remember I went to that with Mike and Evan, and we walked out, and we couldn't get back into town by any kind of transport means. There was no cabs, there was no buses, and we just walked. It was quite a nice day, and I remember we had a big chat, and we were just like, there was just nothing there. Do you know what I mean? I remember we were just like, Liverpool are just all right, aren't they? And there's no spark about the place, about the football. And it was that, we tried to analyse it and we tried to be positive, and I remember we were just looking at each other sort of going, feels like we're in a bit of a rut in general. And yesterday, Glenn, formerly of The Office, Glenn Price, who's now ESPN Glenn, he sent me a little message, said he's putting something together for later in the week when it will obviously be the anniversary of when we appointed Klopp. I think that's the 8th of October. And he said, could you just do us a quick 150 words on, how you feel about it, and so I just did them off the top of my head, and what I did off the top of my head was, then it felt like we were in a rut and not enjoying our football. Then it felt like both fans and players were in the wrong place mentally to go anywhere really. Now, a year on, everything's not fixed, because it's a year and it takes a while for these things to work. But I think what's good now is it's fun again, isn't it? It's good. We believe in the manager. You go to games without any sort of real fear now. You think we can beat anyone here on our day. I think the players look like they feel that way as well. Certainly the manager feels that way. So yeah, it's night and day, but it feels like an awful long time to get here, doesn't it? Even though it's only 12 months. Yeah,
only 12 months, and you're right to say that in terms of the feeling around the club, and that's sometimes a hard thing to quantify. So when someone says, what's Klopp actually done? It's kind of hard to put it just in kind of numbers and points, isn't it? Because obviously we haven't won a trophy yet. The league finish wasn't the best, but you're right in terms of feeling around the club. Everyone's got a cop on because we've got to wait ages for the game now. And it's like, why can't we play? I wanted to play Man United on Wednesday, never mind. And then I've only just realised as well that it's the Monday night kickoff, so you got to wait till the weekend as well. So
it's not fair. Everyone's putting little gifs up on the internet of people drumming fingers. When's the next game?
Yeah. So I mean, that is a fantastic feeling. That's how you should feel as a Liverpool fan, isn't it? You should feel as any football fan really. I can't wait to see these boys again, and he has got that going with a lot of the same players. It has to be said. Really, you look at a lot of the players who are playing well now. They were there under Brendan, and just wasn't quite working for him, and it wasn't quite working at any level really. But since then, it hasn't been perfect. As you say, there's still things to do, but the atmosphere around the club, and I think the belief around the club around what we can achieve, certainly has escalated, and great, so good. And Brendan seems happy as well, doesn't he?
He's having a good time up there.
Top of the league, and good results against Man City.
And what's interesting as well is I've kept a little eye on it, and I think maybe we'll do something at some point, just see how everyone's getting on up in Scotland really.
Hopefully next week on the Coach Show we'll do a show on Scotland.
Got Colo up there, and even anybody Scouse, any Joey Barton. I'm just reading his book at the moment. I know he's not a Liverpool final player. Rossiter is another one. So there's all little links. But I read a little bit of something from a Celtic fan this morning. He's a writer. Well known up there, and he was really good about Rodgers, and he was saying, Rodgers is sort of like Celtic in a way. I think I've got some of the same issues, if that's the right word, as Liverpool, in that the fans want the club and the manager and the football team to walk the walk, to behave big, to say we're a big club, and I think at times that hasn't always been the case. Rodgers has gone in there and sort of embraced that, like he did at Liverpool, to be fair, at times. You know, he's reminded everyone of the history of the standing of the club. He's talked about some of the greats in the past and all that, and that's ignited the fan base. That's what they want. They want to hear that talk. They don't want to have dampening of expectations all the time and that sort of thing. So, you know, it sounds like, you know, at the moment at least, that it's a pretty good match. He's enjoying the job. They're enjoying him. So, fair play. Yeah,
fair play. And I think we've undoubtedly got a better manager as well. And I think even if you'd have said just over a year ago to people, oh, should we sack Rodgers? I think I'd have probably said I'm unsure. But if someone had said to me, well, we can replace him with Klopp, I think I'd have just gone, well, yeah, because you've got a better manager there. And fair play to FSG. They've gone out and got a brilliant manager, one of the best in the world, and a really good fit for Liverpool. So let's hope the Jürgen Klopp, he's been nominated for manager in a month anyway, so that's a start. That's something. I mean, it's 6 managers who get nominated, so it's basically a third of the Premier League.
Yeah.
So, you know, as his achievements go, I'm sure it's fairly low down in Jürgen Klopp's illustrious history, but he has been nominated. But, you know, a bit harder for players, and Adam Lallana has been nominated as well for Premier League Player of the Month, which just shows, you know, how well he's progressed. He's someone who, like we mentioned before, he played under Rodgers as well. Didn't quite happen for him his Liverpool career. He was just all right, wasn't he? Whereas we paid quite a lot of money for him. Whereas under Klopp, he's been brilliant.
Been great, yeah. I mean, it's interesting, isn't it? Because it's obviously a conscious decision from Klopp when he's come in that, you know, he's felt that he's got a certain amount of talent at the club, and that and that's what he said, that he wants to work with them. He feels he can coach them and get more out of them. And he has done. I mean, loads of the players that we're talking about now about playing well. I think there was question marks over Lallana as one of them. There was question marks over Firmino, where Josh wrote a piece yesterday on the site, which was basically saying, you know, not very long ago, me included, by the way, you know, you're coming out of games and you're going, not sure what that Firmino's doing.
Yeah.
And now you're coming out of games and going, boss him, isn't he? So, you know, and you know, the manager's got to take some credit for that as well. He's getting the best out of him. And you know, the players all look like they want to play for the manager now. I think it's the key thing as well. And they're going out and enjoying it. They've got smiles on their faces. So the whole spirit around the club seems fantastic. And it's no surprise that all these awards are dropping in. Henderson Goal of the Month as well, and Mane Goal of the Month last month. 87, 88, people have drawn parallels with that season
we
before.
had it every month, didn't we? Yeah.
I think they were winning it virtually every month. So come on, Reds, more great goals. Let's spank him one from about 35 yards against the Manx on that Monday night. I'm up for that. You up for that?
Certainly up for that. Gerrard special, like the one here against United, that'd be nice. What else is there? Well, just a couple of things about the sort of people who used to be involved in the Liverpool Football Club. You might have seen the story about Rigobert Song in the last few days. Was in a lot of trouble apparently. Looks like he's on the road to recovery anyway. He's come out of his coma, and so I noticed Michael Owen tweeted something quite nice today with the news. So hopefully, fingers crossed for Rigobert.
Loads of the players have, hasn't he? Carragher, Fowler, Davy Thompson. Yeah, it's sad. I mean, it's a bit of one of them for me as well, to be honest, because he's the same age as me, 40, and he's having a stroke, and you just think, you know, he's obviously been a fit fella. He's played football all through his life, so yeah. I mean, there was some journalists put a picture up this morning, which he got a little bit of stick for at first, because it was like, well, did the family know? I mean, he wasn't soft, this lad. The family knew, but it was Rigobert basically in his hospital bed, which was a bit. Hang on, but I mean, he's on the mend is the key message, and that's why I took the picture really. So yeah, great news, and I know he pulls through.
Yeah. And on a more bit of a happy note anyway, Roy Evans, 68 today, our mate Roy. We did a few interviews with him a couple of years ago. Really good stuff, wasn't it? We did really a few shows with him, so you know, you could probably dig them out somewhere. Maybe we should tweet them out and stuff for Roy Evans.
Sean's done it.
I do apologise, Sean.
Sean's put them out already. They're out there.
Social media, Sean's done it already. On Facey, so have a look on our Facebook and give us a like on there, and you can check out the stuff we did with Roy a couple of years ago, because he was really good. But happy birthday to him. I noticed his lad Steve, who obviously does quite a bit more with us, put a picture up today saying you'd still pick him for your five-a-side team, wouldn't you? Because he's in good nick.
Yeah, he is in good
probably
nick.
Would.
Yeah, he is in good nick. 68. I'll take that all day if I'm like that at 68. Fair play to you, Roy. No, he's a lovely fella, Roy, and he did take the time to do a couple of big interviews with us, written and podcast-wise. yeah, as John says, if you didn't get onto them at the time, they're worth a look, because he's a very honest fella. Roy, you know, he's not sort of selling you some kind of sugar-coated image of what happened. He's honest about, you know, what went right and what went wrong, and really interesting stuff.
Yep. Okay, show's coming out today. Well, there was the free show that came out yesterday, the free podcast that we do every Monday, where we were talking about Liverpool's win against Swansea. So if you haven't listened to that yet, do go to the AnfieldWrap.com and have a listen. If you want to subscribe, it's only £5 a month and you get loads of stuff. 2 shows coming out today, which is the Tuesday Review, which is a more in-depth tactical look at the game with Sean Rodgers, and I think Ian Salmon's done it this week with him as well. And then we're doing the Coach Home today as well, which is when we speak to fans of other clubs, see what's going on there. So we spoke to a Swansea fan already, because obviously they've swapped managers since we played them, and we're speaking to a Watford fan today, because we haven't done a Watford fan yet this season. They've had quite an interesting start, a lot of ups and downs, so speaking to a Watford fan as well. So you're getting loads for your £5 a month there. Okay?
Bargain.